What's going on, guys? JonathanXBlack here reporting, and today I bring you DND Dark Alliance First Impression. Now, I was planning to do a Let's Play on it, but at mid-recording, my friend had the game and wanted to do a multiplayer, so I had to drop it, and then another friend of mine wanted to see for himself, but he didn't have the game, so I was going to share a screen, but it couldn't connect with the PS4, so I managed to live stream it on Twitch. If you guys don't know, I have a Twitch. You can follow me there. It's JonathanXBlack, same name. Links in the description below for all my social media content. Also, before I start talking about the game, I have the donations, ZELLE, PayPal.me, and I just opened up a tip bar for my musician fans in BandLab. If you guys want to support me in any way, by all means, go for it. I would gladly appreciate it. All will go to my channel improvements. So, with that being said, let's begin. Now, so when I start Dark Alliance, I started off excited. The title screen, the intro, everything was pumping me up. And next thing I know, I don't know if they're going to do it later. I don't know if they mentioned this before, or it's going to be in the expansion that they plan to release later on. There's no wizard in the game as so far by now, and that was a letdown for me because I'm a wizard guy, I'm a magic guy. And then all of these guys except the archer were melee, and she was you have melee damage with all of them. You also have a long range for the archer, and certain abilities for each others, which are so far I've seen. I have not. The only one that I haven't tested is the dwarf. But for all that I've tested, the drow, the archer, and the barbarian, all of them have really cool abilities. Really satisfying damage. When it comes to like hitting, the hit effects are really cool. The ambience, the music. I'm gonna be honest. The music is not like the best thing I've ever heard in my life, but it's enough to bring you to this new medieval world, like fantasy world, and it's pretty exciting. The fact that it kind of brings you back to the old era of games like PlayStation 2 games, and I am a fan of this sort of gameplay. And the secret finding, the collection, the leveling up your character, customization is just brilliant and amazing, which I will applaud. That unlike Avengers, this one had a showcase on your character for everything that you equip, so that's really cool. And the secrets are like really satisfying to you to find, like the platforming sections, like jumping out of from one edge to another and then going back at the enemy is just wow. I thought it was not going to work because the game, the feature of the gameplay is too heavy, and it's just part of it. It's just part of it. You cannot do anything about it, but at the same time, it works for some reason, which is I applaud that completely. This guy's managed to do something really cool for a $39.99 price. I applaud you guys. You did a nice job, and I hope you continue fixing the issues because every game is not perfect at launch, so eventually a patch will come in. Now, saying that, I gotta mention a few things that did bother me, but does not ruin, by all means, the gameplay. When it comes to the archer, I did not have fun at all. I tried and I tried, but it just drained the stamina so much. Now, this is my first Dungeons and Dragons, to the series video game, and using the archer in this game, it's not much of the gameplay. It's because she's the character that I forgot the name. It's slow. That's the first. I don't know if it's supposed to be slow or not. So my goal is to raise the stamina and the agility, and maybe it will change. There were some other few combos that were not like presented to me at first. I thought you only had this button, the other one, and at the end of fighting the wizard one of the wizard mini bosses in here, I'm lost. But throughout my failures, I learned a couple of cool moves that maybe I'll get into her in the future. But for now, what I'm going for to tell you is that the the characters in this game, of course, each one is different. They all have different abilities. They have higher or lower depending on which character you choose. And I stick with the barbarian, which is it's really freaking weird for me because I'm a wizard guy, right? And I'm a long range guy. I don't go well with melee damage. It's just not for me. But in this game, I'm all for it with the barbarian, which is one of my favorite characters in the game, and also the drow. The drow is really cool, but the barbarian is so awesome, and especially the damage. It's just so satisfying to kill enemies so quicker, and the abilities that they had, they're really cool. The ability of the barbarian has his fire spin damage. The drow has like a panther sort of shadow panther thing minion. I'm not sure, if I'm not mistaken. And the archer just ups the damage with the bow, which is really cool. Makes it bigger and really cool looking, like really Final Fantasy stuff. And the dwarf again, cannot tell you much about that. I still haven't tested it. Maybe I'll test it in the future. I should have tested now. I mean, I should have cut. I should have tested it for this video, but not big of a fan. Let's be honest. So, just telling you that by now. Speaking of the failures, let's go back to the failures. The game right now, it's open. It's new. I play this at 12 a.m. midnight. Yeah, like I turned on the PlayStation, it was ready to use, and I was like, oh fuck, let's go. I was gonna wait until tomorrow, but hey, let's just wait and just play it now, And so far, the game doesn't disappoint me, but there were some issues regarding breaking barriers. Some enemies did hit you where they were not there, and then all of a sudden the lag just kicks in, and the enemy is there, but he was not there yet on your screen. Like the hits delays for the damage are like really slow. Again, the delay could be because of the online play, which that's gives it a pass for me in a way, because even though it's annoying, I might not see it in offline mode, because I played offline with the drow and it's not really that. There's no problem. There was no problem for me in using the drow offline, and online started to have this lag issues, but it's okay. I mean, something that it doesn't happen often, and it does not breaks. It doesn't destroy. My bad. It doesn't destroy your experience. The game has really right now strong frame rate issues in some points. Before entering the gates, right here, it just kind of click a little bit, and sometimes it's just a little bit annoying. It does not annoy me when I'm running around. It annoys me when I'm fighting. The frame rate when fighting, it's dangerous, because you might press a button and it will delay and then activates it later, and will not cancel your combos or something like that if you want to do that, and that's a little bit risky, in my opinion. Certain things that I did enjoy with all the failures was this puzzle things, aside from the story and aside from the cycle. So you have much to do, at least in each act so far I've played. The other issue I gotta find is the opening segment for yourself. When you start up the game, you have the option to go to a tutorial. Now, granted, I'm not talking about like finding out how to fight. I'm talking about where do I start? Where do I go? They do tell you where to go, but by that I mean, if I wanted to invite someone to play online, we took a little bit of couple of minutes, because we took a little bit of time, because we didn't know where the button was, and that was a little bit of a struggle for us. We had to focus on where to find the invite friends, to come to you. So we had to do a couple of research, and I don't know if I'm wrong, but I don't think they told me that in the instructions. We should clarify that. And so far, for now, those are the only flaws: the frame rate issues, the delays, and some specific instructions that should be there, but they're not. Probably like 20% out of 100, so it's okay. Like it's nothing big. Granted, this game is basically recent, it's basically new, but for launch, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, you do have like you do have your things, you do have your problems, but when you choose your character and you have that feeling of awesomeness to you, it works. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a fan of this kind of gameplay. When I chose the Archer, I was not feeling it. I was like, no, Dungeons and Dragons, I think this is going to be like my last play, but let me give it another chance. Let me choose another character. I think I'm going to go with the Barbarian at first, and then I'm going to go and level up the Drow. I was going to go for the Drow first, but my friend uses the Drow now, so if we're going to continue on together, I'll stick with the Barbarian, and then offline mode, I'll go and change to the Drow. I hope I don't have to repeat past levels. I wanted to repeat with the character still has everything locked. So I think it will be much more immersive for the character. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to stick with the Barbarian because after I chose the Archer, which I did not like at all, I went to the Barbarian because I was like, well, I cannot choose anything else because I don't want to use the Dwarf. I want to use the Drow. But like, there's only 3 choices because my friends had the Drow. So I was like, okay, let me go for Barbarian. I'm not a fan of melee. I thought of it so much to press X, but I was like, okay, fine, let's just press X and deal with this already. Let's see if it's cool. And oh my god, I don't know if all Barbarians are like this in like games that have this sort of role of a character, but damn, bro, the Barbarian is so cool. Granted, we lowered the difficulty because we had a little bit of trouble when I was using the Archer. We played in hero difficulty at first. So my guess is, let's just level up a little bit and then continue on in hero difficulty. We went back to easy mode, which it was still a challenge though. Don't get me wrong. The difficulty here it's pretty decent as far as I'm playing. I'm only playing the hero and the adventurer. I have not played the others. There's a bunch of difficulties. It's more than 5. And I think you will get more reward the harder you play the game. Typical Diablo thing. But yeah, the Barbarian is the character that I had so much fun with it. The specials, the attacks, the combos is just beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's a little bit slow, but again, I mean that's supposed to be expected because hello, Barbarian, strong melee damage only. It's really really strong, heavy weapon, heavy damage, has to be slow. All right, but still enough, fun to enjoy, playable. Gathering chests, surviving traps before getting to the chest, which is really cool. It feels like there's a dungeon master making up the story and he's not telling you anything because you cannot hear him. The loot things that I want to talk about, the loot things in the game, for some reason in hero difficulty didn't appear as much as adventurer. Maybe that's because of the challenge. Like, you're gonna find less loot towards the story if you go to like a harder difficulty. I'm not sure, but we got more loot in adventure than hero, and overall I'm satisfied. You know, I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever played. It's not a bad game so far for me. It's just a game that launched with just a couple of frame rate issues. Maybe I'm playing on PS4. Maybe in PS5 these issues are not a problem, but for PlayStation 4 players, if you're looking for this game and you're thinking of it, I suggest you wait a little bit if you're more of a visual, high quality guy. If you cannot fight on the frame rate issues condition, if you cannot fight on character delay attacks on online mode, maybe they'll patch that and make it better. So I guess you should wait. Now for a launch game, this immersive in graphics, not to the quality, but to the extent of variety and content. Like look at this image right here. You see in the pillars really far away. Those type of strong looking games. Like there's too much data on this for being that $40 price. It's really not that bad. I mean, like a lot of people would charge $60 or $70 for a game like this, and you know, like charging you $40 is really cool. And for a digital deluxe edition, which I should have gotten it. Like I regret not paying $60. I should have gotten the $60 version so that I would get the weapon styles and the suits and stuff and the expansion. But again, it is what it is. I can't go back now. So I would suggest buying this game. I totally recommend this game. But if you're a quality person, I would wait a little bit. Just wait a couple of months. Maybe 1 month later, you'll get a patch note update resolving these issues. I guess maybe not. Maybe yes. You never know. But if you don't care about that, and you just want to play with your friends, have fun, complete a cool story mode, it's a really fun, good game for you. I would totally recommend this. Getting it now, $40 worth it for me. I didn't mind paying the $40, and that's one of the reasons I actually pre-ordered it, because I was like, wow, this game looks so big, so strong for $39.99. That's really cool. I'll give you that. The reason I paid for the $40 is because this is my first Dungeons and Dragons game. Again, I'm gonna say this. This is my first Dungeons and Dragons game. So for guys that have players who have played different Dungeons and Dragons games, because I bet there are more. Because I've seen this name before. I don't know if being a fan of the story, this is sort of a different way. I cannot compare. That's what I want to say. I cannot compare to you guys that this game is going to be like the same as the other one or not, because this is my first playthrough of Dungeons and Dragons in general. So I cannot say that too much. You have to find out for yourself. But if it is the same, congrats. It's just the same with better stuff. If it's not, then try to adapt or ignore. Whatever you want to do. It's your money, right? But I'm supportive of this. I want more content like this. It's been a while since I'm interested visually in a game this strong. Games like God of War, Last of Us, Infamous, kinda, they have this sort of realistic quality. This goes more to the fantasy and has more vibrant colors, and I'm a fan of this like this. My bad. I'm a fan of games like this. See right here, we got a little bit of a frame rate issue right there. That's what I'm saying. It happens in bigger areas or like momentum quick instantly areas, but not too much. It's okay. We did have a little bit of a struggle in the final fight in the first act, in the bus fights of the area, right? But nothing that we say, hey, we cannot play this. They're kicking our asses because of this. No, because of the frame rate. Nah, we're totally cool on this. Like it went on. This game totally deserves a thumbs up for me, and I know they're gonna do better. I know they're gonna do more, and I just can't wait. To be honest, this is really, really cool for $40. Man, I'm sold. Again, this is PS4, so the graphics may be torn down because maybe the focus was more on PS5, and I'm glad that you guys went on multi-platform when it comes to the same Sony brands. You went on PS4 and PS5, which I'm thankful, because I thought this game was not going to come on PS4, and seeing it looked really cool. I wish it did, and it did, and thank you for that. Being on PS4, this is the results. Not the best graphics in the world, so you would expect that from a PS5. I cannot tell you if the PS5 is having the same problems. Like what happened to Cyberpunk, graphic issues that they show you some things in the trailers, but then when it shows that the game, it sucks. I cannot tell you here. Here, I gotta be honest, the graphics are turned down compared to the trailer, but again, they're focusing on PS5. And I cannot tell you if the PS5 looks like this or not, which I totally doubt it. The PS5 is going to look way better than this. But again, those type of those type of things do not bother me at all. Completely. I'm not a huge fan of the graphics. If they make a PS4 game in polygon PS1 graphics, I will totally buy it, because again, like a lot of people see it as a must for a new game. For a 2021 game, it has to be polished and graphics and stuff. I completely disagree. There's people who, and I sure I'm not the only one. There's people who do not play the game for the graphics, and if they do, they still like the old graphics. Like compare to compared to PS1, like Medieval, um, and Crash Bandicoot PS1. A lot of people like the sort of style, the polygon thing, and I'm a fan of that. Like if they remake it for the PS4, it's totally way better. But there's some points where I have to go back to the PS1 era because I do love the blocky visuals, and the effort is there. Um it's there. I don't care about the graphics, so it doesn't really bother me. That's all I can say about failures. To be honest, like I cannot see anything else. I will things to consider. I will appreciate more combo variety. Maybe I'm starting and I still haven't unlocked too many of it, but it kind of feels like you're button smashing. Yeah, and I think at first that's all you had to do. But hey, I mean, you don't have anything else, so you have to work with what you got. Maybe in the future we'll have this better contents of combat, and I don't mean in updates. I mean me leveling up and playing it more. Uh, but yeah, uh, as far as I know, the story is interesting, it's intriguing. The characters look cool. I wish I could customize them per se, like change the face, change the hair, change the color of their skins, change the voices. But again, I don't think they were aiming at that. I think they only have like these warriors and change their clothing. Which is okay. It's totally appreciated. Maybe in the future we'll see more heroes joining in to the fight against the Dark Alliance. But yeah, so far for me, I will totally recommend playing the Barbarian, definitely, and the Drow. These two characters are amazing. Not too sure about the Dwarf. Again, I haven't used him. I haven't used him yet. So we just have to see. Stay away from the archer girl. It sucks. On my bad. I'm sorry. I don't like the gameplay of that archer. It's too heavy for an archer. I wish it were more speed, sliding, throwing the arrows much more faster. Maybe you can do that in the future, but again, I don't know. So I guess we'll have to see. But anyways, totally recommend this at all. I totally recommend this game at all. Like no failures that will make me so disappointed in this game. Um, I do love everything about it. There's some issues that need to be fixed, but again, does not break my experience. So yeah, I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10. I really do enjoy everything, and I'm gonna keep on playing. And I would totally recommend you guys get this game, whichever platform. You're gonna have a blast. And for this type of game, being co-op multiplayer is just way better. Playing this with a friend is way better, and offline it's awesome too. You know. Stay tuned for more of this content, guys, because I think I'm gonna go for a couple of parts of this game playthroughs for you guys to enjoy my experience. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. Yeah, that's all. I think that's all I have to talk about Dark Alliance. Um, 8 out of 10. I'm just thinking to see if I'm missing something. I don't think I'm missing something. But yeah. If you like this video, leave a like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell icon so you don't miss. So you will not. I'm sorry. I'm speaking too fast. Kind of messing with my tongue. Hit the bell icon so you would not miss any of my beautiful content. Comment down below. What do you think of this game? What do you think you should improve on? What you didn't like? What you do love about the game? What would you want them to add? And yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you all in the next one. Bye, guys.